Okay, welcome back to our channel. We're going to answer the activities with chapter 6. Oh, here's the first activity. Read each IP characters, then click connection best of effort or media independent to indicate its delivery method. Best effort does not guarantee that the special path will be delivered fully without errors. Then next, will send a packet even if the destination host is not able to receive. It is connectionless. Then no contact is made with destination host before sending packet is connectionless also. Packet delivery is not guaranteed. It is best effort. Then we'll adjust the size of the packet sent depending on what type of network access will be used. It is media independent. Lastly is the fiber optics cabling. Satellite and wireless can all be used to route the same packet. It is media independent. So let's jump to the another activity. So here's the instruction for the second activity. Read each IPv4 header function and then click the IPv4 header field to which it belongs. So first, the commonly referred to as hop count. It is the time to leave. A common referred to as hop count, and it locate the identifies the IP address of the recipient host. It is identifies the IP address of the recipient host. It is a destination of an IP address. Then it identifies the priority of each packet. It is differentiated services. Tapos identifies the IP address of the sending host. It is source IP address. Then identifies the upper layer protocol to be used. Next, it is the protocol. And lastly, they always set to 0100 for IPv4 is its own version. Let's go again to another activity. Then this is the third activity. Read each IPv6 header description and then click the IPv6 header field to which it belongs. IPv6 header description to suggest that all packets receive the same type of the handling. It is the flow level. Then identifies the application type to the upper layer protocol. It is the next header and identifies the size of the data platform of the packet. The happy limit, the payload length, then is always set to 0110 the version. Then when this value reaches 0, the sender is notified that the packet was not delivered. This happy limit. Then it classifies packets for congestion control. It is the traffic class. Find another activity. So here's our fourth activity about elements of a router routing table in tree. Then instruction, a partial router routing table entry is shown. Each section of the entry identified by a circled letter above. It select the correct routing table entry selection for each output. So 1. The elapsed time since network was discovered, it is F. E. This E. The second one, the administrative distance source and metric remote. This C. How the network was learned by the router. This one. Then show the destination network. It is B. The next hop IP address reach the remote network. It is D. Then the outgoing interface on the router to reach the destination network is F. So you can see it's all about the IP address and the addresses of the destination. Here's another activity. Instruction, description of router function and handler parts and provide in the table. Drag each router component name to its function description. So, first description, connects routers to external networks usually over a large distance. This one interface. Next, a way to remotely access the CLI across the network. It is known as the telnet and the SSH. Then, third one is connects computers, switches, and routers for internal network. This is the LAN interface. A local port which uses USB or low-speed serial connection to manage network device. Console port. A port to manage routers using telephone lines and modems. It's the aux port. So our answers all correct. And this activity is more on about the network connection or the connectors, network connectors. For another activity, drag each of the steps to the left to appropriate field in the table on the right to show the router boot process order. So the router boot process. So Then load the iOS. First is the perform post or hardware check performed by built-in ROM chip. Second one is to load bootstrap. Copied from ROM to ROM, locates the iOS. Third one is load the iOS operating system file for the router loaded into RAM after bootstrap finds the iOS file to be used. And load the configuration file from flash and VRAM ATFTP server. You are going into setup mode to create a configuration file.